Okay, so this is G.I. Joe issue 23. As I mentioned in my other Energon Universe issues reviews this month, I'm an idiot because I forgot to order the connecting cover version of G.I. Joe 23, so I'm probably going to have to go and get another version of this. My mask connecting cover hopefully is on its way now. But the Baroness picture was too nice to turn down. And again, I didn't see the covers. They were just, I think, unless they don't even know if they come in, actually, thinking about it. Anyway, last saw, Risk was being faced down by these ghosts of his dead teammates that end up being killed in that mission, which is apparently a process of this. I don't know if it's is it Dr. Mindbender? Basically using like Energon to create physical manifestations based on people's fears. And that kind of goes well for a little bit longer. And then instead it creates a version of his house. Baroness and Destro meet up and basically say, "Oh, I know who you are. Um, we don't have to fight about this. Let's figure out what's going on. We can kind of get rid of it at the end of the day. Get rid of that, and then we can go back to what we were at the end of the day." And he mentions that he met up with. Did he mention it here? He definitely says he met up with Hawk, and she's going, "What? So maybe she's a bit suspect about why, because obviously Hawk apparently is Sartan. So Risky going through his family house, and it turns out that his parents didn't like him, and all this kind of stuff going on, and he's too much of a risk mate taker and all this kind of stuff. Not being funny, I don't like Risk very much, because he seemed really arrogant and annoying in every single issue up till now. So unless he can sort himself out and actually act as a team rather than acting like that's an idiot, then I'm not a massive fan of him. Anyway, it turns out that Big Chap is in there as well, and they start kicking the crap out of each other. They find the Energon. Oh yeah, so he mentions there we make Colonel Hawk. And it turns out that these two dudes are strapped to this machine. Now, again, I don't quite know because it's really difficult to spot. But is this Risk and the other chap, or is this two other people? Because I don't. There's no close-ups, and the artwork is so. Is that Risk? I don't know. It looks like it could be, but then it doesn't make sense of having the manifestations, because that effectively just means that they've been knocked unconscious at some point in time and then strapped into the machine, and all this is completely in their heads rather than even walking down the corridors and seeing ghosts. Now, solid illusions, as it were. Now that kind of makes more sense in the reality of physical sciences and all this kind of stuff. But in Energon Universe, I can't see why that'd be a problem. But so I don't know. So we'll find it obviously once this is ending. If they pop out the machine, that makes more sense. Anyway, it turns out that they have a fight, and then it's like, oh yeah, you're doing quite well, and all the dead bodies are there. Apparently, oh, you're afraid of dead bodies? So, no, I'm not afraid of dead bodies. This is the team that was slaughtered, all this kind of stuff as well. So big guy's beaten by this snake that apparently drags him away, and then this other guy turns up, which I believe, I don't know if this is Mindbender or someone else, but this guy turns up with his sword and his kind of Cthulhu masky kind of thing, I don't know, ready to slaughter him. Now, so, yeah, so I'm not quite sure. It's a bit vague as far as I can tell, at least in my eyes. It would have been nice to see who's actually in that machine. But it's nice to have another. It's always good to have like a third party bad guy in it. The idea that there's another guy out there that is doing his own thing that could mess with Cobra or G.I. Joe, rather than like everybody's on one side or the other. Which is kind of like the Dreadnoks book, really good. Now it turns out that's not strictly true, because the Dreadnoks are allied with Zartan, and the Zartan isn't. So it all kind of goes down in that direction. Now I think in the next couple of issues we've got the Night Force G.I. Joe face-off thing, which is obviously this is Zartan's lot being manipulated into fighting with G.I. Joe. Unless they're really, really good, I think the people with the Transformer will probably win, but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah, not too bad. A little bit confusing, but still good enough. I I just don't particularly like Risk, so I'm kind of not quite as engaged as possibly am with any other character being involved. But we'll see. Anyway, I think that's pretty much enough rambling for now. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye bye.